Watercooler.
Ba, 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 da.
Watercooler. Watercooler.
La 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 la. Yo, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy holidays, everybody. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with the OG3. With me today, all the way in Orange County, California, Gary Smith.
OCOG.
Oh, he is absolutely OCOG. Him and Ryan and Seth and Marissa. It just freaking G. And then all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Fondelier.
Ho, ho, ho. Hey, brother.
Oh, Matt,
Missed the opportunity to go ho, 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 G.
you really
on.
did.
Come on.
I got my own fucking thing.
He got his
I'm
own
not,
thing.
I'm not
Matt-
calling back to other people's intros. I got my
Matt's
own.
been rehearsing that all day. We can't just call an audible.
People count on it.
Yeah.
Matt also has thoughts, he told us right before the mics heated up. So I'm
Well,
really
I do have
exposed to
thoughts
this
because, well, Gary, you're going to tell us a little bit about the vacation that you went on. And
Sure.
spoiler alert, Chris is going on the same vacation, I guess, in a week or so.
Yeah.
And so you guys are going to
We're
joint
about to
review.
timeshare.
What are
But
the
you,
exact dates
you
and what's
kept
your address, Chris?
describing it. Yeah. What are the dates of your trip, Chris? And what room will you be in?
and your home address.
Gary, you described that this is going to be the exact same trip, but what I wrote down, and this is not to get Chris upset, but will the holiday magic already be over?
No.
You, sir, got to experience the holiday lights, the anticipation of Christmas morning. Chris will still have New Year's, but are those twinkling lights going to mean anything to him and his family?
Yes.
His child will be like, what is this, father? Hasn't this day already passed?
I fear I have the same fear as you, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't want that look of disappointment. Like, Dad, did you get a discount or something? Like, why are we here after Christmas?
Yeah.
Why is Santa
exactly.
here right now? I'm over it. I'm
Seriously,
standing out.
Santa's gonna be there.
Are they
That-
really playing that Mariah Carey song again?
It's
We're
too much.
past it. I'm living in 2024 now, Dad. What are you doing?
You
And
should-
then-
it's Boxing Day. You
Is he
should be
gonna-
packing up gifts.
It's Boxing Day, or it's going to be slapping day, and he's going to give me the backhand because he's going to be upset with me. So I have
Well,
the
let me
same
ask you
fear as
this,
you.
Matt. You've got your, ancestral holiday behind you. Has it soured your happiness or your love of the season? I would guess not, based on your accoutrement and your wardrobe.
It has not. However, as I do for Halloween, we have a holiday playlist for this time of year as well, and it is a mix of both Hanukkah
Let me guess,
and
this one's lunch
Christmas
themed?
songs. No, it's not. No. It's both holidays, and I'll tell you, after those 8 days have passed, and we're listening to that Christmas mix, when the Hanukkah songs come up, I'm skipping past them. I'm done. Christmas only now. Unless it's one of those weird years where Christmas comes over, or excuse me, Hanukkah comes over Christmas, then obviously it's on the entire month. But Hanukkah is so 2 weeks ago, man.
Jeez.
Sorry to start on such a downer note.
Yeah. See, Matt is he's too focused on the time and not focused enough
Mm.
on the spirit, I think.
Right.
And just why we're all here, why we're going, why people leave the lights on, leave their Christmas lights out, why you're not seeing Christmas trees on the curb on December 26th at 6 a.m. in the morning. Because one, we're lazy. Two, we want this to drag on. It goes farther than just Christmas, I think. So yeah, I will be going there post Christmas. But
I would argue though that I think the Christmas season extends until New Year's Eve. I think
it definitely does.
I really think it does. And the fact that the same displays that I saw will still be up, and you will be, very immediately post Christmas, only a couple of days removed. I think that you're still going to get the same experience, and it's going to be just about holiday celebration. I honestly, as much as we did, the Santa thing and whatever, it was more of a winter wonderland than it was a Christmas experience.
That's right.
It
It's
was,
a winter wonderland. Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
It was,
Now, speaking of Matt's accoutrement, did I say that correctly, Shay?
I think so. I don't know.
Um,
I'm not
That's right.
French.
so Matt, as I stare into his screen or through his camera into his room there, he is wearing a Mickey Mouse Christmas sweater or shirt, excuse me.
Yep.
It's Mickey wearing a Santa suit.
Like
Lovely.
vintage.
I actually went to
looking.
Disneyland the other day, brought Benny for the first time, so we'll
Oh,
get.
I want to hear about that too.
I actually have questions about this. At what point is something vintage? That looks like it's from 2001. Are we calling that vintage?
Oh no, I mean the pattern, like the design, the way that he's drawn is like an older school Mickey. It's
Ah,
not the way that he's drawn currently. The shirt itself is probably 5 years old.
Okay.
yeah. I thought you were being generous with 2001 as well. But yeah, vintage design, because it's like having Homer Simpson on your shirt, but it's the Tracy Ullman version, right?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so old school. But Matt's also drinking out of his bejeweled glass, like usual. His bejeweled.
Yet another. I've been on each of these episodes. I've displayed one of many glasses that
We
have.
know that's been the huge topic of conversation
Huge topic.
everywhere. I think people have dedicated websites and Instagram accounts to that as well. What cup is Matt drinking out of? And we haven't seen that one. They're selling fake ones like in alleys and on the streets outside of football games and things like that. Like people want to have that glass, and they're going on eBay. So
For
right
the
now,
forthcoming book, may I suggest In His Cups, a Matt Fondelier story.
Good.
Ooh,
Very good.
I approve. So Matt's drinking his wine, his vino, out of a glass, wine glass. But on this glass, looks like to be hand painted Christmas tree ferns and leaves, branches.
That's right. And it
And-
goes all the way down the stem of the glass to the base of the glass. They're all hand painted, and I can't tip it too far back because it still has booze in it. But each glass also has a cocktail recipe on the bottom of the glass. But I will say that the cocktail recipes are terrible because they're essentially wine cocktails. So the first couple ingredients sound like something you'd want, and then it's like, then add a shit ton of wine, and it's like, no, I'm never gonna make one of those actual cocktails.
Oh, I had one of those the other day. They called it Jingle Juice. It was wonderful.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, it was a bunch of wine, champagne, a little bit of cranberry, and the Christmas spices and fruits and things like that, and it was good.
Nice.
Like
Is
what's
that at a girl's Christmas party?
No. I could talk about that too. No, this is at
You better talk about it. It's only
yeah, this
three
is
of
at
us.
a different Christmas party I went to. But anyway, so Matt, let's talk about this glass first. It's hand painted, definitely hand done. The first thing I asked you when I saw it, well, the second thing after we asked what the hell is that, is it
Can
Is it-
confirm.
dishwasher safe?
It is definitely not. They are all to be hand washed. And another flaw of one of these glasses that is especially bejeweled is that even when you hand wash it, the jewels fucking pop off the glass. Like there are several here that are missing, and they're just like on. I can't get the lighting quite right, but you can kind of see that
Okay.
silver reflection
Yeah.
there.
I
But we
can-
have
I can
several
imagine
just
those
like
missing
jewels just sitting on the
jewels. Like-
counter. I got to make sure my dog doesn't eat them until we find time to glue them back on, if we're even going to do that.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
all of them have as many jewels though. This is especially jewel-esque.
Yeah. Where does one obtain a glass like that? Because that looks like a one-off.
Well, if they're listening, I think it's lolita.com. And let me tell you,
Okay.
big
never mind.
fans over here. Big
Oh,
fans.
jeez.
I think it's lolita.com or Lolita glasses. Maybe we should Google that before you
On
type
your
that
safe,
word in.
safe search.
Yeah, exactly. But that is the artist is Lolita, and
Really?
they have like seasonal. We have Halloween ones, we have summer ones, spring ones. Like it's.
I'm looking at it right
it's a
now.
thing.
It's not.
a thing.
It's
What is the website? What is the website?
lemonparty.com.
Shut up.
Yeah, if you go there, that's where you find the.
Oh, that's funny.
glass.
Now, Chris, what do you think the
I
average?
gotta actually look up what it is.
What do you think the over under is on Matt clipping that part out or the forthcoming part and sending it to lolitaglasses.com?
Well, I was going to, but I got the
stock.
fucking web wrong, so that didn't help me at all. Designs by Lolita.
Oh.
dot co.
Oh God, that's
There you
why are you doing
go.
business?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing business. I paid full price for all this stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's doing business, buddy.
Yeah. There
When
you
you
go.
purchase the product from a company, that's doing business.
I guess it looks to me that they also are featured in many a Hallmark store, which sounds right now that I'm thinking about it, especially
Yeah,
during the holidays and stuff.
that
They
sounds
probably-
about right. Marketing to grandmothers and Matt.
There you go.
Very fitting. So Matt, you're wearing Mickey.
Yep.
I went to Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh my god, I want to hear all about it. I'm
oh,
so
boy.
fucking jealous. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to go. Full disclosure, a friend of mine works there, and he said he had a couple of tickets that expire on December 15th, which is the
That's
Friday.
right. Oh my god.
And
Hey, Eddie, heads up about that date. I was out of town, so it's definitely
they expire on. He just said because I called him to chat with him, and he just mentioned him, and I was like, oh well, yeah. If he's like, I need to get rid of them. If you want them, take them. I was like, okay, great. So I get them, but then I'm thinking, wait, if they expire, so now I'm going through my head like, if because Jen was off, I was off that day, so we worked it out. We planned our whole day, and then the night before, I'm thinking, or this might have been 2 nights before. I'm just thinking, like, wait, if it expires on December 15th, can I use this on December 15th, or will I get turned away? Because they're like, it expired on December 15th. This is an expired ticket, right? It's not very clear in any of the
It was the night before because we chatted about it on this show.
It was absolutely the night before, yeah.
I think you just sort of gave yourself a great opening though, because if they ever say this expired on the 15th, you could point to it and say, no, it expires present tense, my friend.
Yeah.
And therefore they shall allow you in.
I was ready to make that argument.
Okay, good.
But I was actually more worried because Gary was like, actually, Chris, you got to make a reservation online because, which I definitely did not do, nor did I know that I had to do that. Like to even go, you have to reserve it online first. So, the night before, I'm doing it on my phone during the podcast, trying to reserve it because I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna ruin everything if I can't go. If I can't, just based off of me not making reservation, I could see them going, oh, all reservations are full. You should have done it earlier, you dick. And so it's not working on my phone. It's not working on my phone. There's like an error using Safari or Chrome on my iPhone. And I'm just like, I got to try this on the laptop, but I don't have the laptop on me. So I'm just trying it the entire podcast. It's not working. Finally, go to my laptop. It works instantly. We're all good. Thank goodness. Next morning, wake up. We're off to Disneyland. We park in the parking structure. By the way, parking at Disneyland, the money they're making on parking alone is.
Why do you think people keep jumping off the thing? Yeah, sorry, that's a
I
baby.
just got real
Maybe that's a
dark.
local reference, but like several people in the past like 18 months, like 4 or 5 people have jumped to their death from that fucking parking structure.
Well, that's really
sad.
yeah. Disneyland has done a good job covering that up. I did not know about that. I do want to get into Disneyland lore in a little bit and all the weird urban legends actually. So we park, we get to now once you park, you have to take a tram from the structure to the entrance. You don't have to, but it's highly recommended. It's kind of a trek.
It's a bit of a walk.
You do it with the baby.
I do with the baby. So I have the stroller, and I don't know. You know, I'm new dad here. I don't know what the procedure is. Like, can I just wheel this thing up there? I'm looking around what everyone else did. They're folding up their stroller so tightly and so thin. Like, I don't even know if my stroller gets that thin, like folded up. Like, how do they do? And like, they're carrying their bags, and everyone jumps on the tram. I have no idea. Like, I have the diaper bag. I have another bag with like jackets and a blanket. I have a water bottle. I have all this like, and Jen has the baby. I'm not gonna have her carry anything because she's holding the real goods here. And so the train pulls up. I'm now folding everything up. I'm looking like it absolutely is my first time, and it definitely showed. Women around me are like helping me, like old ladies are like, hey, let me get this for you, and they're trying to help me get the stroller in because it's like the wheel gets stuck in the door, and it's just and I'm just mad. I'm in a bad
dad's
mood.
coming big time in you, like showing you how to fold
they're all doing it.
I've had that before. It's not the best feeling.
And now we're sitting on this tram and I'm seething. I am so embarrassed.
Happiest place on earth. Chris is seething before
already.
Got in there.
Already, like I cannot believe this. This is insane. And then of course it happens on the way off the tram too. So I'm the last one to unfold the stroller, get everything in. By the time I get this baby back in the stroller, we're ready to go. The next tram is pulled up and everyone's got off that too. So they just all went past me. So not my finest hour. And
You need to just have one of those Disney pins that says new dad or,
Yeah.
first time dad, so that the staff and everybody knows that you are going to be moving a lot slower than the normal person.
yeah, exactly. I should have. But we go to the park. It's great. We try some foods. We take them on It's a Small World, which everything's decked out at Disneyland for Christmas, and it's
So did it feel like normal proportions, or was it
Oh.
like
I don't understand.
Pat, you're better
Why?
than
Wait,
Now,
why?
Chris, to bring it back to a happier
because you're
subject,
lower down? You're
Not
you're just
reference-
in the boat in the water. That's what I
not
meant.
reference the pins. Did you guys get Benny a pin?
No, I didn't know I was supposed to.
So yes,
Well, you fucked it up, dude.
I don't
There
think I
goes
should
your
be getting
fucking son's
anything on him.
childhood.
Oh, you
Done
didn't fuck it
now.
up, but just fun fact for anyone who is going to Disneyland, if you find a cast member, you can ask for a "This is my first trip to Disneyland" pin. And by the way, they don't check, so you
I
can
know.
get it done.
I don't know
It's
how.
just like the birthday thing at restaurants.
Oh, nice. Good to know. So we took him around. By the way, it's wheeling a stroller around Disneyland. You really figure out how little of situational awareness that General Pop has, where like nobody is just looking, and I'm about to crash into a lot of stuff and people too. Like it's just a lot of close calls, and a lot of them because I stopped, and let them go. But that was bothersome. Saw the new Star Wars Land, loved it. That was pretty cool.
Pretty
Never
amazing,
been
right?
there.
Was that the first time you'd ever seen it? Oh man,
Yeah.
so
time.
incredible.
Oh,
Good
we have a
design.
special guest before we. Speaking of kids, what do we have here?
But
Poo-poo butt.
Right,
Merry
now I have to
Christmas
put an
tonight. But sorry. Goo-goo.
All
What
right,
a
now I have to
magical
put an
Christmas tale.
explicit tag on this episode that we have foul language on this show. Thanks, Gary Jr.
Now I was gonna get that glass
Thank you.
company to sponsor us. Now we're in trouble.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
The door just opened. His mother was standing out of frame, and I just hear her go, You didn't say poo poo, did you?" And he went, "No."
Anyway, so took him on It's a Small World, all decked out for Christmas. It was lovely. He was stoked, like his face was just in awe with all the lights and all the singing and all the stuff. Surprised you guys haven't asked me about it yet, but everybody who found out he went on It's a Small World were there any naked men on that ride? That ride has been tainted because of the streaker.
Tainted in more ways than one.
Yeah,
I actually don't know what that is. What is
Somebody
that?
was super high on hallucinogens and got like jumped off the ride and got naked and like started like running around the areas that
waiting
are
around and
play
yeah,
in
naked.
the water. Yeah.
What?
Read the news, man.
Yeah, man.
Follow
I'm
LA
too-
Mag on fucking
My-
Instagram for like Christ's sake, or Twitter.
Let's be honest. I have a very dark timeline, so I'm getting more of the parking lot building jumps, not the hallucinogen fun. happy
Apparently
time
not.
Jumps.
Right.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, and then we got him the Mickey ears, that old school like yarmulke with the ears, Matt.
Yeah.
That one, and we got his
Little
name.
chin strap at the bottom.
Yeah, the chin strap got his
There you
name embroidered into it.
Oh, for him.
Yeah, for him.
Okay.
Beautiful trip. Beautiful trip.
We did that too. That's the best.
Yeah. So, but anyway, speaking of like all the people killing themselves off the Disneyland parking structure, Gary. Now, there are like stories, Disneyland like urban legends. I know a few of them. One of them, and I can't believe I'm going to repeat this because it has awful hand trauma, is Splash Mountain, or at least that's what it was called. I forget what it's called now. It's like Princess and the Frog or something. But Splash Mountain is like your typical log ride with the drop, and word has it, somebody had put their hands up, because when you go like down on a drop, you put your hands up, makes it more fun, good for the picture. His wedding ring got caught in like something above him.
Don't like that.
Yeah. And and it ripped his finger off. That was, I mean, look, I know this sounds like an episode of Sword and Scale, but that's like an urban legend that I grew up thinking about. And whenever I see that ride, I think about that. I also have heard like somebody in California Adventures in the lake drowned, like jumped off the boat and drowned. Now these is all alleged because you don't. Disney has some good PR. They have some good whatever. If it did happen, they could go hiding it, or it just didn't happen at all. But yeah, so there's definitely some like weird stuff that has happened at Disneyland, and I know there's like ghost stories and things like that too. Um, but yeah, just some weird. You should do an episode on Disneyland, Matt. Sword and Scale Nightmares, alleged Disneyland.
As you said it, I thought that could be good, but it's only if somebody has actually been like horrifically murdered there, which I don't think has really happened. But if that has happened, then hell yeah, I would totally write an episode about that.
Right.
Any amusement park, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up. You know what? I'm gonna write someone else down. Amusement park murders. Because if there's one out there, I'm gonna write an episode about it.
Maybe amusement
Mhm.
park murders.
Yeah.
Murders.
Yeah, I'm sure Itchy Scratchy Land had one. And then
Oh yeah, the whole park came alive. That's a
Yeah.
great true story.
You know what you could write? You could write one on Action Park, Matt.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true. Except that's such a hilarious story though. It's a great documentary.
and then and then Jen's like, we got to get him a sweatshirt too. Now, here's my issue with getting him a sweatshirt is he will wear it probably 2 times or 3 times before he grows out of it.
Yeah, Chris, but you're looking at this
That's
the
all
wrong way
clothing.
because you're going to keep that forever.
Oh, I am. What am I?
Yeah, because it'll always fit you.
Matt, God damn it.
That's what you meant, right, Gary?
No, it's not. I meant tiny
Oh,
size things that your kids wore and enjoyed that you have pictures of. Like I will never get rid of these shoes. Like these shoes will be around until he's 18 and he throws them away.
You should bronze them.
those are
Isn't that a
size
thing people
11
do?
for people watching at home.
Yeah.
Gary's child's feet are gigantic.
Don't you bronze them?
Oh yeah.
Well,
you
that was
gotta dip
certainly a
it.
thing when we were kids. I don't know if that's still something people do. I haven't gotten any targeted Instagram ads encouraging me to bronze things, but I'd be here for it.
What would the modern parent bronze these days? Or nobody gets things bronze anymore? It sounds like an awesome thing. It's like deep frying, but it lasts forever.
Yeah, there's a bronze shoe of mine around somewhere.
Yeah,
at least
there is. See,
there was at one point. I don't know if it still exists. I mean, producer Laura Lee can weigh in. I can't imagine that's something she would get rid of, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because it's like my parents kept a ton of stuff for me and I have wanted almost none of it as I've gotten older, and they've tried to give it to me, but I feel this innate need and desire to do exactly what they did, even though by my own experience I should think that my son's not going to give 2 fucks, but I do.
yeah, no, I think it's a worthy cause. I think, and especially like you don't know what he's gonna think, but might as well just do it anyway, and then maybe he will.
Yeah.
Like, now the process of bronzing. What is that?
I assume it's a dip, but I don't know.
Like,
I'm
it's
just-
basically like a chocolate covered banana, but instead of chocolate, they dip it, or like or a corn dog, you dip it in the batter, and then it just dries and becomes metal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like the way that the Daenerys Targaryen's brother dies in the first season of Game of Thrones, right?
Oh, right. Well, he drank it, didn't he?
No,
Well. No, it went all over his face.
no, that dude poured it on top of his head.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Some of it did get in his mouth though, so he probably.
Yeah, I'm
did
sure.
drink some
I'm
of
sure he
it.
tasted it. Ugh.
Yeah.
Probably really metallic-y. Matt, do you have anything bronzed?
I don't, but my parents definitely have like a pair of shoes of maybe my sister's that's bronzed. That's like in a cabinet.
A pair of shoes.
That's right.
And you just display them? Sorry, I don't. I've never had anything.
No, my
bronzed
mom
in my-
has like some old fucking china cabinet. I don't even know if you can say that anymore, but just like a bunch of old, like family heirloom kind of stuff.
like
I don't even know how to
paperweight?
describe it exactly, but yeah, that is kind of what it looks like. Yeah,
It's like interesting.
yeah, it's like on a little tray that's also bronze as well. I haven't thought about that in so long. I haven't really like. I'd have to think about to like really repicture it in my mind, but I feel like that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, we don't bronze enough things. We need
We
to bronze
don't.
more things.
I agree. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the Bronze Age. That sounds like one of the better ages.
Yeah, bronze seems now more of a valuable metal than gold. If I had a gold medal, I would bronze it. So it would
Was
last.
there a Gold Age? The Golden Age? That sounds familiar.
We're in it, baby.
We're in it. We're
Come on.
living it.
It could be whatever you want it to be, and it should be right now, the very present. That's the golden age. Now, look, we have comments. You have a shade, right, Matt?
Oh yeah, dude. I think it's holiday time, baby. I'm gonna have shades for days.
All right. Well, we're doing a lighter episode today because we are missing Dawson and Kaylin, and it is Christmas
Kaylin.
break. What? What did he say?
I think you just said Kaylin's name.
Oh, yeah, we are missing them. Dawson is
Kaylin.
at Alan Parsons. Wait, what are you saying?
I'm correcting you.
Dawson,
We are missing
Dawson, and Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Have I not been saying Kaylin?
No, you've been saying it. I'm saying I'm not missing Dawson's drunk ass right now.
How are you not getting that, Chris? Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know. I was feeling
That was
comfort in the
right
fact that
over
Matt
my
was
head.
getting it. I'm glad that we
No,
got
I was
there.
getting. I just I'm not getting involved in this confusion.
I had. For those wondering,
As
Dawson did make it home safely.
Dawson did make it home
Okay.
safely. And Dawson, by the way, I will announce here, without him being here to weigh in, Dawson caved and is part of the group chat.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right.
yeah, he has an iPhone now.
Yep.
I still don't believe it. I'll need to see it to believe it, but interesting turn of events.
I like how he just gently flexed by just group chatting all of us, and you said yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't honestly. I was like, what is a weird thing? Like, why are you doing that? It wasn't until I replied that I realized what he was doing. But yeah, that was
All the colors of the text bubbles.
an interesting development over the weekend.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, Dawson is doing some stand up at Alan Parsons' birthday or something, and then Kaylin is doing pond work, I think. Anyway, well, look, we're doing a lighter episode. Matt, did you pick your movie yet as well for movie night?
I have selected it, in fact.
Well, do you want? Maybe we should announce it. And for those who haven't heard our last movie night, we did Hunter Killer.
Classic Christmas film.
Classic Christmas film.
This is actually a perfect time to put it on. You know, the holidays are right around the corner.
Yeah, you know what it is, Matt. You're right. It's a perfect time.
Yeah.
Do
it.
And I had a great time.
Dare
watching it.
you?
I love it. And yeah, we all watched it. And Dawson, that's the episode where Dawson may have been a little bit in his cups because we recorded that right after the Ace Awards. So that was quite the day. Anyway, please check out that movie club. And Matt he gets to choose the next movie for movie club. So if
That's right. And to clarify, we used to do it that you would watch the movie in real time and we would talk you through the movie, and we've stopped doing that. Now we're pre-announcing the movie to give people time to watch it, and then after you've watched the movie, you can come listen to us talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So I decided to pick a classic film that, to be honest, I don't know if either of you two have seen. I feel extremely confident that the other two Bobo boys have seen it, but that film is called The Big Lebowski.
Wow.
Big Lebowski.
All right. Well, it's time to watch it again because that's an amazing fucking movie, and I feel like we would have a lot of fun talking about it. Chris, you're looking at me like you've never seen it before.
I've seen The Big Lebowski. I'm just
Okay, good.
I'm surprised like you're picking this and not Dawson.
Yeah, me too. This is gonna be a Dawson heavy episode. I don't know if the
Why do you say that?
Dawson has strong opinions on this movie.
Because
Oh, I actually did not even know that.
Dawson
people-
has been the dude for Halloween
Well,
for
that's true.
Every year I've known
every
him.
year and every
Yeah.
day actually of the year. So
Dawson's life is sometimes could be confused with cosplaying the Big Lebowski.
and then if
Well-
maybe we should play the drinking game.
What's that?
It's every
I don't even
time
know
you
what it is.
drink a White Russian every time he does.
No, we'll die.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're watching the movie independently, so feel free to do that on your own if
I
you
will.
would like.
I think I will.
But that is going to be the next movie night, and I think is going to be a delight.
I love it.
We need
I love
we
it.
need some
forward to it.
cinema. We need some cinema.
We did
Fucking
watch
Coen
Hunter
brothers,
Killer.
man.
We watched Hunter Killer.
Some
Yeah.
real writing.
Yeah.
Real cinematography.
Are you disparaging the person who wrote the character Joe Glass? How dare you, sir? I will not stand for this in this Christmas season, this time of joy and mirth, while you are sitting there in a Mickey Christmas t-shirt disparaging the mind that came up with Joe Glass. How dare you?
Thank you. All right, let's see some comments.
Now it's time for listener comment.
All right, these are all comments found on our Facebook group. Join this Facebook group if you are not part of it. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions. We might let you in. This first comment, it comes from Donald Powell. He writes, I just found out that when my 10-year-old son has to do a number 2, he stands up to pee first, then sits down to do the 2. Have I been doing this wrong my whole life? I'll throw it over to Matt.
Is that part of the comment, or did you add that in?
I am adding that in.
To me, that seems like a very dangerous game.
Why?
Why? Because you are using your interior body to push out things. In this case, urine. But if one is not careful, perhaps both. And it seems like you might want to be positioned in a way where both things can go into the bathroom at the same time, into the toilet at the same time. It just seems more practical to me.
I see what you're saying.
You know, especially as a small child who is not going to have control over said things. I feel like you're really asking for trouble.
All right, there you go, Donald. That is from our very own expert. Now, I do feel
I escaped that reputation so many years ago, Chris.
I do feel that I do feel bad that girls can only really pee sitting down, whereas men, we can do it both ways. And I don't think it's fair. So, but yeah, I just want to put that out there. I understand.
Not all heroes wear capes, Chris.
Fair. All right. I sit with you, women. All right. Ryan Roberts says, I have a question for everyone. What do you call these? I just learned at 42 years old in Western Canada. They call them one thing, but everyone else calls them something different. Maybe the region you live in also has a slightly different name. He put a picture of colored pencils up. I don't know what else you call them. Colored pencils, right?
Yeah. Sounds right to me.
I think so.
I mean, having not seen the picture or have any other context for
He
it.
says in Western Canada, they call them pencil crayons. That sounds
definitely never heard that.
That's ridiculous.
All right.
That's not real.
This is the Vancouver area. That is okay. Let me tell you something, Ryan. Yeah, Vancouver calls those pencil crayons. They also call their hot dogs tube steaks. They just do their own thing there, and it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see any pencil crayons signs. I would have left. But yeah, colored pencils seems to be the whatever.
Michael Caine.
Huh?
Cue Michael Caine.
Some people just won't watch the world burn.
Doing it for 6 years. You don't know the line?
I just did it.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Ah, it's so good. All right, let's see here. Lots of music talk recently. Michael Porter says, anyone want to put together a guilty pleasure Bobo playlist? That's a good idea, Michael, but I just think everyone's guilty pleasures are so personal. I don't think we all have the same guilty pleasure. And I probably would tear my ears off if I heard everyone else's guilty pleasures on a playlist.
I took the opportunity to post a link for Not Pretty Enough by Casey Chambers.
That would go on mine, actually. Yeah. Until I actually see the movie, then maybe it might ruin. It might.
I could have made that movie night, and it would have just destroyed both of you guys.
As long as we're talking about music, I will say, Chris, one of the greatest parts of my recent trip was at a certain point, my son was just mumbling something to himself, and I, for some reason, tuned in on what he was saying, and I went, "Wait, what did you just say?" And he started singing One More Time. He knows the words to One More Time by Blink, and he was singing it unprovoked. It was
I thought you were talking about the Daft Punk song too. I was like, damn, your kid is ready to fuck it.
I haven't exposed him to Daft Punk yet.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah. A lot of comments about Dawson being drunk at the Ace Awards and on the show. Let's see here. Jeremy Claybaugh says, Gary, I hope you're okay with that slaughtering last night in Vegas. I'm not a fan of either team, but that was painful to watch.
Oh, it's about team. I thought you guys conducted some naughty business in Vegas, and I was gonna say what happens there stays there, man. What are you doing?
He's talking. He had to have been talking about the Chargers game.
Yeah, it was.
That was the same night as our movie night.
It was funny. That game was on a Thursday, and because of my trip, Mark and I recorded the Sunday episode of Reasonable Doubt Thursday morning, and Mark opened the episode trying to pretend it was Sunday and said, "What do you got planned for today, Gary? You going to the Charger game or something?" And I rolled with it and said, "Well, the Charger game was on Thursday, and we got pretty well slaughtered." And then about 10 minutes later, Mark went back and admitted that we were recording on Thursday and whatever, and just killed my Nostradamus, moment.
Well, no, I think that actually helps it that you and that, otherwise everyone just would have thought you were recording on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Nikki Jackson Pearl says this is the only thought on Matt's DoorDash situation that I've had. Remember, Matt brought up that whole DoorDash.
Disappearing hot chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And reappearing.
room temperature.
She says, I typically like to play both sides of the fence, but here's a question or thought provoker. If the DoorDash driver was wanting to eat Matt's original delivery, why would he have waited so long to eat it after taking it back to his car after taking a fake picture? If the DoorDash never ended up eating the original delivery, what other explanations are we missing? Yes. Now, Matt, we haven't gotten to the bottom of this, right? You just went on living your life.
I did. They do this thing where they redelivered my meal. What the hell do I care?
Because I saw, this could be one of those cooked internet clips because everything on the internet just feels cooked these days. But it was a Ring door cam of these two guys with like an Uber Eats or DoorDash meal. The one guy puts it down, sets it. The other guy takes the photo. Then the other guy just picks it back up and they go off. And they go eat it. So like they take the picture. And then after that, it's like, hey, it's out of my hands. I don't know what happens. So there, I felt like there's a little bit of that maybe, but then he saw your meal and he wasn't into it because you didn't order a good meal or something, and he put it back.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but if you're going to bring that back into it, no. I stated very clearly exactly what happened, which is that the guy or girl dropped the order off, took the picture, and then decided to take the meal for themselves. But I reordered my meal so quickly, and he or she was still in the area and saw the exact same order. Pick up this order from this place. Do you want to accept this order? And that person said, fuck no, I've been busted. So they hit no and they dropped my meal back off because they knew that they got away. They did not get away with their crime. And then a second person just happened to accept my second order and drop it off. That is what I think happened.
Right.
Anyway.
If I was the driver and I got like it says no, I'd just respond to corporate, hey, check the picture. It was there. I left it. I don't know what you think. I don't know what to do. So yeah,
that definitely partially debunks my idea. The picture was there.
Yeah.
But maybe they listen to this very show and they know I'm coming for them.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, those are comments, everybody. Thank you so much for writing it. Oh, no. That's holiday season. I'll just give you a little bit. All right. Before we get going to our Shay, I do have a almost a tech question. I guess not really, but I was buying. Now I've said it on the show before. When you're looking for gifts, I do take pride in finding people, nice gifts if for Secret Santas or whatever's, and get people like Yetis, or I got them like
get people indomitable beasts that destroy their family.
Abdominal, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, never to be seen again. Or like that was like years ago. Or I did like Lululemon fanny packs, things like that, just like random.
Once got us a built-in portable power bank with a built-in lightning
Oh,
port.
that's right.
Still
Yeah,
have to this day.
Oh, see. So I was thinking, but then I've also said, look, if you don't know what to get people, a gift card, like a lot of people are worried about giving gift cards, like they feel like it's a cop out. It's not. I love a gift card. I like getting gift cards. I think they're a great gift. And it's, then it becomes my choice of what to get from there. There is one gift card I don't like, and I've never really liked it. and that is the Visa gift card. I don't care.
Hey, that's money.
I know it's money, but like they don't work all the time. And like if you use them at a restaurant, you can only use like a certain percentage of it. Like,
Aw,
yeah, there was like a weird. You guys have never had that?
No.
never had that problem.
There was like, I don't know, maybe they got hip to it, but I remember when I used to get them, they're like, oh well, we don't know. Like if I had like a $40 gift card and I want to use the rest of this and the rest of my card, they're like, oh, we can't tell if it's all the 40 there or anything, or maybe they were worried because like people would try to tip on top of it and then they get burned or something. I don't know, but it was just like I always just had trouble with the Visa gift cards, and then so I bought, but Jenny needed to buy some for her work or something like that, so she sent me out to Target to grab 2 Visa gift cards, and I did 2 $25 Visa gift cards, and I go to the cashier, and there is a $4 activation fee for each of these cards, so I'm paying $29 for a $25 card. To the point where I stopped the cashier from sliding the rest of my items over that laser scanner. I go, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that? What is that? And he looks at it like, oh, yeah, it looks like there's a $4 activation fee on these things. And he's like, And he just proceeds to start taking them off, like he thinks I'm just going to return them because he's like, you shouldn't pay this. This is ridiculous. And I go, it is ridiculous, but I can't come home empty handed. So just scan them and I will worry about this another day and complain about it to my boys on the water cooler.
Yeah.
That is a scam, right? What the hell is
for
this?
sure.
What the hell is
100%.
this? Who
I
bought?
mean, at this point, I just go Amazon gift card. If you're gonna just go support a gigantic global corporation, like you can get anything on Amazon, including other gift cards. So
Yeah.
that's just to me is the way to go, and you never have to pay a fee for it. That's insane that they make you do that
$4 activation fee
per card.
per card.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah,
That's highway robbery because is it $4 if you're buying a $300 card?
I have no idea. I didn't
They're
check.
punishing. They're punishing the little guy.
Yeah, they're punishing the little
What else
guy.
is new?
They're freaking punishing the little guy. So I guess what I'm saying is if you receive a $25 gift card, I want you to find whoever got that to you, and I want you to really thank them.
Mhm.
Give them $4.
Yeah, that's actually the right thing to do,
Or give them,
or at least 2.
yeah,
Just
just make them whole. Just make them whole financially.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. All right, you guys are
Patreon.com/watercooler or the Visa gift card of podcasts.
or Lolita.com is also somewhere you can go. All right, here we go.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey Matt.
What's on the menu?
Well, this will be the first of a 2-part Chez Fondelay, and you can hear the second part, in fact, on tomorrow's episode, because this is one of our go for cocktails and then go for dinner kind of nights happened last weekend.
I
Might
love
be tonight's episode.
What's that?
I don't
How
know
did you end up on
exactly when
tonight's?
I don't know. Who knows?
I think you're gonna like this one. This is classic Fondelier territory for you, I think. This is one of our favorite bars. It's called Small Victory. It's very hard to find, and so much so that the first time I went there, I couldn't find it, and then every time that I've been there since, we always see people trying to find something, and inevitably we go up and push the buzzer, and then they realize, oh, this is the place that you're supposed to go. But once you get inside, it's a very small, intimate place. A lot of bars have the big glowing cabinet behind them with just all the incredible booze bottles behind it, but this place, like, every bottle is so well curated, and all the bartenders, they just seem like they know every story for every bottle, and they not only have 50 different cocktails on their menu, but they also just have like bartender's choice. Like, they will just make you anything off menu. They all are experts, and we've always had like great conversations with the bartenders there. I don't know, it's just like a really cool spot, and they were hitting the holiday vibe just right. They actually have a little tiny Christmas tree that's there all year round, which I'm not a big fan of the Christmas tree outside of Christmas season, but
We know, Matt.
yeah, but it's okay, and that's just their thing. Whatever, that's fine.
He's such a conundrum, Chris, because he is a fan of the bonsai tree, which is arguably like the tiny Christmas tree that is there year round.
That's true. I guess
That's a
you're right,
puzzle. That's a
but
puzzle.
here's the thing: the bonsai tree is constantly changing, and you have to like work with it and help it grow in a certain way. And like a fake Christmas tree with glowing glass ornaments on it It's just a thing that's just makes more sense at Christmas time. That'd be my counter.
Fair enough.
Um.
Just wanted to get
Anyway,
that bonsai dig in there.
yeah, no, it's good. And I like the little plant pun you just did there by saying dig.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me just say that, I also am making a lot of cocktails these days and Avio, and I'm kind of getting, it's now the winter time. I'm over the like sour tiki cocktail. I just want something booze forward or holiday themed. That's really what I'm going for. And usually when we go out to the cocktail bars, we're getting 2 rounds. So round 1, I got a drink called Toronto. And it is actually, according to the menu, it was originated in the fine art of mixing drinks, published in 1948. And it's pretty simple. It's got rye. It's got
Crayon pencils.
crayon pencils. No, it's got Fernet Branca, one of our faves around here. It says
bartender's
white
handshake.
sugar syrup, which I'm assuming is simple syrup, and Angostura bitters. That's all it is. But it's one of those drinks that you stir. You don't shake it. You stir.
I prefer stirred over shaken.
I do too sometimes, especially
almost in all occasions.
yeah. I mean, there's certain drinks where like you have to, it's the aromatics come to
Yeah.
life.
Or
That's
like with
why
the
you
egg
shake
white
it.
or
But
something,
it's just like a simple cocktail when you don't need to shake it. And I will say it was like a smooth, boozy Manhattan, very
pro
strong,
tip
very
those-
delicious.
for those who ever order martinis, get them stirred, not shaken. James Bond ruined the martini. You should be getting your martinis stirred. All right.
That's correct. That is a real thing. You're supposed to stir it so you don't chip the ice and it doesn't like water down the martini.
Supposedly it bruises the gin. I don't know, but just stir it. It's better. I promise you. It just feels like there's more care put into it. Let's get just a nice, smooth, gentle stir with that long, twisty spoon. Woo!
Mm.
Let's go.
Yeah, the long twisty spoon. I gotta say, I do not own one of those. I
don't.
tend to just shake the cocktails that I make at the house. But my wife pointed out that I desperately need to get one of those. So I don't know. Maybe this Christmas I'll get one. We'll
Long
see.
twisty spoon, and you got to get the big stirring glass for it too, Matt. It looks like almost like a beaker, like a big.
Oh yeah,
like a
yeah.
big- yeah. And stir your drinks in that. Just give you some room for that spoon to really sing.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Matt,
what's great
that-
about
that
the spoon. It
spoon's-
gets under the cube.
That spoon's $4 as compared to the $31 cocktails you're describing right now. So go ahead and treat yourself.
Or that $18 glass that you only use 1 month of the year.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I really have my eye on though for round 2, the holiday themed drink, aged eggnog.
I
And
don't want that aged.
I was gonna say I realized the importance of the word nog in that because aged egg sounds terrible. I guess to you, Gary, aged eggnog also sounds terrible. To me, that having the nog at the end of it makes it. I feel like the nog is what's getting aged, not the egg.
What's nog?
I guess the cream.
I see. That's another
doesn't
thing.
help.
Egg and cream. I don't want either of those aged. I want those fresh, baby. Let's get out of the fridge.
Well, what it really is it's barrel aged. Like the booze is barrel aged. I don't think the egg and the cream is aged, but what is going into
Well,
it?
then you can't call it an aged eggnog
called
if it's not
aged
aging
eggnog.
the egg or the nog.
Here's what it said very simply: aged eggnog made with brandy, bourbon, and rum. That's really
Sounds good.
powerhouse drink.
That sounds
It
like a holiday
was.
drink.
It was incredible. It was really like melted vanilla ice cream. That was like the texture of it, but it would also have like that aged bourbon quality as well, like that barrel aged bourbon quality. Now, I enjoyed only 2 sips of this drink, and that's because I'm a good husband. Because my wife decided to order the bartender's choice.
Oh,
And at this bar, you start talking about bartender's choice, and a bartender comes over to you and goes, I overheard you that you wanted the bartender's choice. And that gets me very excited. What's like your favorite? What are you into? Give me a couple like talking points. And we've done this before at this bar before.
I would shout no at that person. I would shout no and be gone.
Well, one of the first times we went to this, actually, it was the very first time we went to the bar. I think we even talked about it on a Chez Fond du Lait. We did this very thing and told them about our favorite booze, Calvados, apple, brandy. It's come up a couple times. And one of the times we went to this bar, they made an incredible cocktail with Calvados. But I understood kind of subliminally that when my wife said Calvados, the bartender did not really know what she was talking about. And so he proceeded to ask her several follow-up questions. And I was just sitting there watching, like, this is just going to, I just felt like it was going to be a disaster. Like watching them try to communicate, like it just reminded me of like trying to plan dinner some nights. Like it's just indecision. It was just not
Like you want restaurant A, and
then you go to E.
restaurant B.
Yeah.
And you're like, we should just go to E.
This interaction that Matt's describing reminds me of Jason Segel from I Love You Man on the golf course yelling, "This is my nightmare."
Yeah. I love how you're watching it from the outside, Matt. and
I
you're just-
was. So she ended up with something that was essentially, as I said at the top of the segment, like kind of a sour tiki cocktail. Like it just really was not anything like what she asked. But it's fucking bartender's choice. Like what can you do? This is the drink getting served. And it was a delicious drink. So I said, you know what? She really liked the aged eggnog. And I said, all right, let's just swap it because I'm a nice husband. And then before we left the restaurant, she managed to spill half the fucking drink. And I was just, I was a little bit defeated. But you know what? It still was a holly jolly start to the evening. And I'll tell you all about the dinner on our Patreon episode. That'll happen next. Gary, you've been spared.
I have been.
And that's what's on the menu.
I do like bartender's choice for the like in the sense that I like not having to choose things and just put it in front of me, and more than not, I will like it.
I have a problem with the term bartender's choice because it harkens back to gentleman's choice, which we've referenced this show too many times.
Yeah.
I need a word like omakase, like, you know, just the,
I was just that I'm so glad you brought that up because that was going to be my next thing. I love omakase like for sushi, and to the point where they should do that at bars where you pay for the omakase menu and they just give you like a little glass of different cocktails while you're sitting there and just sip them.
Can I let you guys know one of the places that I'm going to over this Christmas break is a place called Water Trade, which is an omakase cocktail experience.
Amazing. Look at
And
us.
I cannot fucking wait. It is one of the bars I'm most excited to go to. And I'll be featuring that later on. I don't know what style of episode yet because I have not gone yet.
You had to make a reservation for it?
go ahead and
Oh,
give me
yeah.
a heads up.
How much
What's that?
How
I
much
said go
does
ahead
that
and give me a
cost?
heads up before you know.
How much does an
Sure.
omakase cocktail bar cost?
I actually don't know. It's a
Too
risk.
much.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, though.
Do you find out after? Or do you pay up front?
Here's the thing. You have to pay a little bit to even have your butt in the seat. So I'm sure it's gonna be pricey. But last year my wife got so sick over Christmas. Our Christmas break was absolutely destroyed. And so this year we just both agreed we're just doing like double Christmas. We're going to twice as many places as we normally would, spending way more than we normally would. But last year it was just ripped away from us. So I'm not gonna let that happen this year. So
Hell yeah, I can't wait to hear about it.
yeah.
And I can't believe they stole my idea before I thought
Sorry
of it.
to say.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, anyway, Matt, did you try the hot buttered rum yet?
No.
You gotta make it. Look up a hot butter rum recipe. It's super easy.
All right.
Make the batter.
Do you know what kind of rum you're supposed to have?
I like Sailor Jerry, but just any spiced rum would work.
What's it called again, Chris? I was actually going to ask you about this.
Hot buttered rum.
Hot butter rum.
Make like a batter, and then so once you have the hot buttered rum batter, which is like butter and cloves and nutmeg and cinnamon, like all the it's basically Christmas batter. You put a scoop of that in your cup, put some hot boiling water, some rum, stir it all up, maybe a little cream in there, and
Cut
just
out the middleman. Just get some hot boiling rum.
Yeah. As usual, Chris is like, put water in it. This is like when he makes omelets. He's like, pour a bunch of water into the eggs.
I used to put water in my eggs. I don't do it. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous.
Now, Chris, I'd like to harken back to the beginning of the show and a question that was levied by Matt. can I enjoy this in the week following Christmas, or will I lose the luster? Because I do want to try this season, but I feel like the trip I'm taking maybe after Christmas might be the time to do it.
It's a pre-Christmas drink, I think.
Okay.
It's pretty Christmassy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, pre-Christmas it shall be.
Yeah. Do it
Make
pre-Christmas.
it happen. I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, anyway, that was Watercooler, everybody. So we are gonna do a Patreon episode tomorrow. Gary will not be there. I think in lieu of Gary, we'll have Kaylin.
At a minimum, Kaylin, possibly Dawson as well.
Oh man.
But to your point, this is our last free episode of the year, but we will theoretically have 2 more Patreon episodes before
And a
year's end.
meetup.
And a meetup for those Malo Money tier people.
Let's freaking go.
Hell yeah.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
Yeah. Or go to lolita.com for all your finest merch. Or for all
With
your
safe search off.
Now let's go around the room and get our plugs in. I'll start over there in Austin, Texas. Matt, what do you suggest we check out?
Well, I suppose I should correct the record again. It's designsbylolita.co. Not my intentional plug, but I suppose it came up a couple times.
.co is JV. Step your game up, Lolita Designs.
You can also, I guess, go to a Hallmark store and get it. There's no promo code or anything. I don't know. It just came up on the show. So do that. But if you do want to help support us, yeah, check out our Patreon. And again, especially if you're traveling, you need a couple more episodes to get you through the end of the year. We're here for you for $5. Do it. We love you. Happy holidays.
There you go, Matt. There is a my friend is a web designer. He's like, dude, because all the .coms are taken. People tried .nets, .co, .whatevers. He's like, dude, the next frontier is .fuck. So distribute your .fucks.
We better buy it right now. Watercooler.fuck. Does it exist? Come on. Tech Talk, go. Look it up. Come on. We're missing. Someone's going to buy this.
I have to set the line somewhere. It's bad enough we're doing business with people with watercoolerpodcast69@gmail.com. I have to set up a PayPal account using that soon.
It makes me happy.
I called today to figure out what information I needed to set up a PayPal account. The guy was like, I can help you set it up right now if you want. And I was like, no, I think I don't have the things that I need. I could probably do it.
Can I just send you an email? I saw some tweets too, or Facebook posts also about trying to not only explain what the water cooler is to somebody, but also trying to explain Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC, the Facebook group. There's a barrier to entry. What can we say? We didn't make it easy.
It's deep cuts. What do you want?
Yeah. I don't think anybody really knows the answer, or we all do.
You know what? That sounded like a story about we have fun.
With you, Gary.
Just patreon.com/watercooler is, I think, the spot to go to. And everyone have a great holiday season. If you are in Arizona at any time of year and looking for a nice resort, the Scottsdale Fairmont Princess is a fantastic place to go. And I highly recommend it in between Thanksgiving and New Year's, or maybe a few days after New Year's. It's a very lovely resort at any time of year, but the Christmas, they go beyond. To say over the top would be underselling it. So check that out if you're in the Scottsdale area.
But yeah, like January 4th, I don't know, Gary. I feel like at that point, the Christmas magic's really over. Like we're into the new year at that point.
I think they cut it at the 3rd. Honestly.
Okay.
All joking aside, I think they do cut it at the 3rd.
They're smart. They know. They get it.
Yeah. They get it. They get it.
They've got smart people over there in executive roles. So enjoy yourself.
And as for me, I would like to once again wish Gary a happy belated birthday. I don't think we mentioned on this show yet. So happy B-Day. And we will see you tomorrow for Patreon. We love you. Goodbye.